When the season started, the Los Angeles Clippers looked like one of the dark horses of the season. With superstars like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, everyone thought they would dominate. However, as it turned out, they suck with superstar talent. Recently, however, they are back to playing their best. Hello and welcome back to NBA Swish. Today we'll be talking about how the Los Angeles Clippers suck with superstar talent. I know this must not reflect well on them, but I also know what you all must be wondering. Why did they suck with superstar talent? And how have they recently made a comeback? Well, stick around till the end as we answer these questions and more, as we delve into the various intricacies surrounding the Los Angeles Clippers. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first things first, let us talk about why the Clippers were in a bind at the start of the season. I'm sure all Clippers fans can relate to the struggle. Just a month ago, the team was so bad, and given their star-studded team, it was quite embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. They couldn't pull out a victory, and things had been looking bleak since the trade for James Harden. It almost felt like Harden was the reason behind their downfall. I mean, he had a history too, with almost every super team failing to deliver when he was on board. Nets and 76ers fans gotta know what I'm talking about. However, despite the constant criticism, the Clippers have finally regrouped. And after a disastrous start to the season, they showed everyone that they're a force to be reckoned with when they defeated the reigning NBA champion Denver Nuggets 111-102, a significant turnaround for the team. That game must have really shut up all the critics. It was almost a statement by the Clippers that they were ready to win some silverware this season. But I'm not making bold claims just because they won against the Nuggets. The Clippers have the second best record over the last 10 games in the Western Conference, which includes 8 wins and 2 defeats. Now that is impressive. And when you compare this with the first 15 games of the season, when the Clippers had a record of 7 wins and 8 defeats, it really shows just how much they've improved recently. This surge in momentum was mostly thanks to the addition of James Harden to the lineup. This stretch saw a significant improvement, with Paul George leading the team with 25 points and Harden contributing 20 points to a 15-point comeback. Such stats in big games really can be the difference between a win and a loss. But stats don't mean anything if the team can't win against quality opposition. That's why the victory over the Nuggets was especially sweet. It showed how the team is capable of winning against top teams. And we all know how the Nuggets are one of the strongest in the league right now. And moreover, it was a big statement because it was the Clippers' first victory over them in nearly 2 years, dating back to January 11th, 2022. If that doesn't show improvement, what does? I bet if the team does not have any significant injuries to their main players, they can even win a championship. And that's not just some hot take for clicks. I believe they have what it takes to win. So let's talk about how the team has managed to turn their fortunes around, and what's led me and a lot of other people to claim that they're now the new favorites to win a title. For starters, the team has undergone a lot of strategic changes, such as naming James Harden as the starting point guard and inserting Terrence Mann into the starting lineup. I know this might seem fairly obvious, but this was the start of their change and can be attributed to the team's recent success. Sure, Kawhi and George have been instrumental, but the major change came when the coach properly utilized Harden and Mann. Another major reason for their shift in momentum was Russell Westbrook's selfless decision to sit. We all know how Russ has been on a downward spiral, yet due to his crazy salaries, teams have opted to play him. He is decent still, but he's not consistent and leads to a lot of turnovers. He, however, does still have that clutch mentality, and coming off of the bench has also played an important role in the team's improved dynamics. It was about time that Russell learned that he was not the player he used to be and started to help the team in whatever way he could. Another major shift in the Clippers game was the drastic shift in their offensive approach. Previously, what was thought to be the main problem is now their savior. Did you know that the Clippers' offensive capabilities have improved significantly since Harden took over as the primary pick-and-roll ball handler? Sure, we all know that Harden is an amazing player, but he's notably struggled alongside other handlers, like when he played with Kyrie Irving during his stint with the Nets. Now that he's the only notable guard, he can assume the role of being the primary ball handler, which not only enables him to play his best game, but also helps the team to be most efficient. Moreover, he also has a decent rotational player in Westbrook, who excels as the primary ball handler for the Clippers' second five. In fact, Harden's rise has enabled Westbrook to thrive in his new role, displaying professionalism and making significant contributions, particularly in the fourth quarter. I've got to say that no one would have imagined that these two would have found such an efficient way to work together. But enough about their offense, let's talk defense. They say offense might win you games, but it's your defense that wins you titles. And that is exactly what the Clippers believe now. Fun fact, ever since the lineup changed on November 17th, the Clippers have undergone a positive transformation, boasting the NBA's second best defense. Now that is just crazy. And the best thing is that they don't even have that many prominent defenders on the team. It's just that they defend so well as a unit that no offense is able to penetrate their D. That is why their defense held strong against the Nuggets, limiting Denver's three-point shooting and putting pressure pressure on Nikola Jokic, who shot 9 of 32. Yeah, you heard that correctly. The reigning Finals MVP, a player who many people regard as the best player in recent times, was just limited to 9 of 32. Now that is crazy. We know a player like Jokic can never miss that much. It just goes to show how amazing the Clippers defense really is. I'm telling you, many people underrate their lockup defense ability against quality opposition. You might be thinking this is the strongest Clippers squad in recent times. Sure, they've had Paul George and Kawhi Leonard for quite some time, but they weren't enough. They needed quality backups, and as it turns out, a couple more superstars to make sure the team ticks. But this is not even the best Clippers squad right now, because they could still use a couple more players. They're still waiting for key players like Mason Plumlee and Brandon Boston Jr. to return. Just imagine what would happen when that talented duo comes back to the team. You can just bet that they're going to be elevated even further, making sure those close wins will be a piece of cake now. I've got to say that despite the difficulties, this team has reached a critical juncture with a chance to reset and build on recent successes. It seems almost impossible to think that this was the same team that had struggled so much that they lost more than they won during their first 15 games and were written off by many experts. It just goes to show why you don't judge a team based on their first 10 games of the new NBA season. Give them time. It'll be around mid-season when we understand who are the favorites and who are the losers of the season. And to be honest, right now, it seems like the Clippers are strong favorites. The Los Angeles Clippers' recent winning streak and resurgence could signify a turning point in their season. The strategic decisions, including the appointment of James Harden as the starting point guard and the selfless move by Russell Westbrook to adjust his role, have paid dividends. Moreover, their resurgent defense has helped them maintain winning momentum, which shows that this team might have what it takes to be a champion. That's why, as Clippers fans witness this resurgence, there's a sense of hope and excitement for what lies ahead. The challenging matchups against top teams in the NBA provide an opportunity for the team to further solidify its position in the league. The Clippers are on the path to redemption, and if they can maintain this level of performance and consistency, there's no telling how far they could go. So as we eagerly await the next chapters of the Clippers season, one thing is clear: this team is back, and they mean business. Who knows? We might be seeing the future 2023-24 NBA champs. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.